Hello all, welcome to another session in Java in-depth course. As part of this session, I'm going to explain the next topic of this course, that is using simple editors for writing Java programs and running them. So this is the topic for this session. So already in one of the previous sessions, let's say here, writing and running Java code in text file, which is nothing but a simple editor only. The same thing will be covered here also, guys. In this session also, whatever I covered in this session will be covered, but with few alterations, okay? Few more details I can say, okay? So let's get started with this session where I'm going to use simple editors for writing the Java programs and running them. So guys, when I talk about the simple editors, in the previous session, I explained about the different type of editors. Like there are two types of editors, like basic or simple editors and other things like advanced editors like IDEs, okay? Under the advanced editors, we have IDEs, and the basic editors, we have Notepad, Notepad++, Edit Plus, and for different operating systems, there are different type of basic or simple type of editors. Like, in Mac OS, we have a kind of simple editor, like, text edit. In Linux OS, we have a simple kind of editor like VI or no, okay? Like that simple type of editors are there or basic editors are there. So if you want to write the Java code into the simple editors and run them, for that, the first requirement is in your computer machine, Java should be already installed, and also the path for the Java should be set in the environment variables. That part I already have covered in the previous sessions. In my computer machine, as part of the previous sessions, I showed you how to download and install Java and configure them by setting the path for the environment variables for Java. Okay. Since already all the things are done, the next thing is that now I'm going to show you how to use the simple editors for writing the Java code and running that particular piece of code that I'm writing into the simple editors, okay, or basic editors like Notepad. You can either use Notepad or Notepad++. I'll start with the Notepad, guys, okay? I'll start with the Notepad and then explain it to you. First, I'll start with the Notepad. So for the Notepad, guys, I'll just write note here and the Notepad option will come. So this software, as explained in the previous session, will come by default, guys. This Notepad software comes by default with the Windows operating system. Just open that. Okay, just simply open that, guys. Okay, so just expand that, guys. Okay, and here I need to write the code. Okay, here I need to write the code, guys. Here I need to write the Java code. But since I have not explained any details about Java or Java programming so far, the coding part of the Java I have not explained. So I'm going to copy paste the sample code from the ChatGPT only. Okay, I'll just go to the ChatGPT in my machine, guys. I'll just go to the ChatGPT in my machine and ask it for generate a simple Java program for beginners to get started. Okay, should be very basic program, should be very basic program. Okay, like that, if I give a prompt, I'll get an output code in Java. Okay, that is mostly will get you see, this is a code we got, guys. Okay, simple Java program, this is a code we got. Public class name, and in that main method is there. I don't have to explain this code, guys. I'll just simply copy this code. You can copy from here or select this and say copy. Okay, once you copy that in this Notepad, okay, since you have opened the Notepad, right, since you have opened the Notepad, so I'll be pasting the Java code here in the Notepad editor that I have just now opened, and this Notepad comes by default with my Windows machine. You already know that. I'll just save this, guys. File, save as. Okay, files. It may look like this session sounds same from the previous session, but there is a twist, guys. Just wait for that. Okay, so it feels like I'm explaining the same thing from the last one or two sessions. You will feel like, but there is a small difference. You have to understand that. So here I'm going to create a folder and okay, XYZ folder I'll say, and that's inside the folder. I'll give the name as Hello World. Okay. You see in this code, guys, Hello World is a class name, right? I'm just copying the class name here. I'm just copying this class name and then saving the file also, Java file also with the same class name. This is what is important. Just focus on this, guys. Okay. What is the name that I am saving the Java file with? The class name in the Java code, whatever the class name is there, that name I'm giving the file name as, and here I can say all files and then save this. Okay. In the XYZ folder, I'll just save it. Okay. In the XYZ folder, I'll save it. The Java file will be saved. I'll go to the location here. The next thing that I have to generally do here is go to that location where the Java file has been saved. This is the location, and I'll open the command prompt because I need to run the Java code which is there in this Java file. But I cannot run it directly. As you already know from the previous sessions, I have to compile it first. In order to compile, I have to use Java C hello world dot Java I have to write. So this will compile, as you already know, and it will create a dot class file. If there is no problem in this Java file, Java code in the Java file, it will generate a dot class file for me. Okay. And dot class file containing the bytecode. You already know what is the reason why the bytecode will be created in the dot class file and all. Now I can run the dot class file by using the Java command, Java space, the name of the dot class file, that is hello world. Okay. Hello world. Only this part you have to give, dot class you don't have to give. And when I run it, you see I'm getting the output. That means program is working fine. Till here everything is working fine, guys. Till here everything is working fine. You can also do the same thing in Notepad editor also. Notepad plus plus editor also. I showed you how to download and install Notepad plus plus editor in the previous session. Okay. Similarly, you can open the Notepad plus plus editor. Okay. Once you go to the Notepad plus plus, open a new tab. Just create a new file here. Simply say new file and you'll get this. And in that also, just copy the ChatGPT code in the same way. Copy the ChatGPT code and paste it. Okay, and save this file. Save as. Just save it and go to the downloads and create one more folder, that is MNO folder. And inside the folder, just save this with the same name. The class name is what? Hello world, right? I'll just give hello world as a, you see, public class name is there. Hello world. Okay. And the extension of the file is, okay, dot Java. And here I'll say all types and save this. The MNO folder, it will be saved. And the only difference that you can see between the Notepad file and this Notepad plus plus is you can see the highlightations. You see, public class, public static void are getting highlighted. That's one thing. And the next thing that is there here is, once that got created, which folder, guys? MNO folder, guys. Go to the MNO folder. Here also the same process. That is, open the command prompt at the location where that .java file is available. And once the command prompt opens there at this MNO folder location, javac space hello world dot Java you have to say. It will compile. If there are no problems in this Java file, it will compile. And again, I have to say Java space hello world I have to say. Okay. The dot class file name I have to give without the extension, and it will run the code. And if you are getting the output, means everything is working fine so far. Now, the next thing that you have to understand with the simple editors or something here is we are compiling, right? Whatever the number of times I have done the compiling so far, the compiling was successful. So we didn't get any response after the javac command, means the compiling was successful. But what if there is a problem in the Java code? Okay. So what I will do intentionally, guys, in this Notepad editor, Notepad plus plus editor or Notepad editor, you have the Java code here, right? So here in English language, for example, just imagine you don't understand this code, I understand. But ultimately just say here in your English language, when you see a paragraph, there will be multiple statements. Every statement will be ending with a full stop symbol. Similarly, in Java also, Java statements will end with a semicolon statement. So I am removing this semicolon. I am going against the Java rules and regulations where in Java programming, the statement should end with, Java statement should end with semicolon here. But I'm removing the semicolon intentionally and saving it. Once I save it, once I save this hello world.java file without the semicolon symbol, now if I go to the location, okay, where that hello world.java file is there, this is a previously created class, right? This is a previously created class, right? Delete that previously created dot class file, and here type cmd again, open the command prompt. Now with this updated Java code that is there in the hello world.java, where semicolon is removed from the Java statement, right? That is the end of the Java statement. It's compulsory in the Java programming to end a Java statement with semicolon symbol. But if the semicolon symbol is gone, javac space hello world dot Java. If this earlier, when I have run this, when there was no problem in the Java code that was there in the Java file, I didn't get any problem. I didn't get any problem earlier. No response was coming, and then I have run Java, and class name dot class file also got created. If no problem, without any response, dot class file got created. But this time there is some problem in the code. Okay, intentionally I have removed the semicolon from the Java statement in the Java code that I copied into the Java file. Now I am compiling. So the compiling will not be successful, guys. You see, as I mentioned, one error came. Earlier we didn't get any error, but this time error came because it's, you see, the problem here is here. This particular statement should end with semicolon symbol, it is saying. Okay, compiler error. This is called as a compiler error, guys. Okay. So when you write the code and and compile it, if any mistakes in the code, you are going to get the compile time error or compiler error. Okay. Now, if there is a compiler error, can you run the Java code here? Hello. You see, class is not created. If the dot class is not created, how can you run, guys? That file is not there. You see, could not find or load. load main class hello world. Hello world dot class file is not there. How can you run the code it is saying? For the dot class file to be created, I need to correct the code. In this Notepad++, I need to put a semicolon back and save this again. Once I save this again, now run the, you can press the up arrow key on your keyboard, guys, okay? So that previous entered commands will come in the command prompt. I'm just pressing the up arrow key in my keyboard. You see, previous command. This command is this command, but I want this command. Again, I'll press another time up arrow key. You see, this command came. Okay, now I'll just press enter. This time, the dot class file got created because the mistake has been corrected in the Java code. Dot class file has been corrected. That means the compiling has been successful. Here, no error has come. Now I can run the code without any problem with the dot class file name, right? Hello world Java space hello world, and press enter. You see, we got the output also. That means it is working fine. So this is what you need to understand, guys. If you are using the simple editor, this kind of problems will be there, where you have to manually compile if there are any mistakes are there. Again, you have to go to that particular simple editor where you have written the code, and add the semicolon or what, correct the mistakes according to the compiler error you got, and then again compile and run it again. Okay, it's a very tedious process. If you are using simple editors, this is the only process we have, guys, where we have to keep compiling until the compilation is successful. Okay, on compiling it will create the dot class file using the class name instead of. Okay, there's one more thing also, guys. Okay, there's one more thing. One thing is that you got a compile time error when running the Java code in Notepad. Okay, so we have to fix that particular thing in the using manually. We have to compile, and if any mistakes are there, we have to go to the Java file and then correct the code again, manually compile. Now compiling is successful. If dot class file is created, then you have to run the code. Next thing that you have to understand here is, okay, this is a code, right? Hello world is a code, right? Hello world is a code. This is a code, and hello world is a class name. Okay, hello world is a class name. So here class name is something. If I copy this class name, and file, save as, earlier also I have done the same thing, right? I saved this Java file with the same class name. But what if I try to create a new folder here? Okay, I'll say ABC folder. I'll go in the ABC folder. Instead of giving the hello world here, I'll give my name, Arun Moturi, as the name. Okay, my name is Arun Moturi, right? I'm not giving the class name as a file name. Can I do like this? arunmoturi.java, can I say? Yes, it is possible to give arunmoturi.java also, guys. Here anyhow Java has come. You can either say all types are .java is also fine. Here under the ABC file, I'm just ABC folder, I'm creating this with a different name. Okay, here hello world is a class name, but earlier the file name and class name were same. This time the class name is different and file name is different. And now save this. Once I save this, I'll go to the location where I have saved it, that is ABC folder, guys. Go inside the ABC folder where we have the Java file with the name arunmotiri.java, but the class inside this is with the name hello world. Okay, now if I compile this, Java file, there are no mistakes in this Java code, and if I compile this Java code in this Java file, the dot class file will be created with the arunmotiri dot class, or it will be created with hello world dot class. This file name will be taken as a dot class file name, or the class name inside the Java code will be taken as a dot class file name. Okay, let's find it out. Okay, Java C. Here I have to write Arun Moturi dot Java. I'm compiling. When I compile, right, if any mistake, no mistakes are there, it will get compiled, and it will create a dot class file. Let me tell you in advance that it's not going to create the dot class file with the Arun Motori name. It is not going to say Arun Motori dot class file. It's not going to create. Rather, it is going to create the dot class file with the name of the class name. Actual in the code, whatever the class name is there, hello world. With that name, it's going to create, guys. Just see that here. Okay, it's not able to create, right? Class hello world is public, should be declared in a file name hello world dot java. Okay, so what is the problem here? Public class name. Okay, class hello world is public, should be declared in a file named hello world dot java. It is saying, okay, it's not allowing me actually. I thought it will be creating the dot class file with my name, right? But it's it will be creating the dot class file with the hello world, but it's not creating, and it's saying that rather it cannot be named as Arun Motori here. But I don't know. I think it should work fine. What if I remove public here? Okay, since it is public, maybe it is doing that work. Let's save this and try that again. Okay, let's try that again. Again, this time it is working fine. You see, it should not be public. As the problem is that public. if you mention public keyword before this class, don't worry why it's like that and all. For now, just take this example only. So here you see, now you got it right. Now it is working fine. Java C arunmotiri.java has worked here, and it didn't create arunmotiri.class file. Rather, it created hello world.class file. Okay. So earlier public keyword was there here. With the public keyword, when you specify public keyword here, one more thing is that if you specify public keyword here, the name of the Java file should match with the name of the class name. Okay, the class name and Java file name should be compulsory same. But if I remove public, okay, I can save this okay class having this hello world in a separate in a different name Java file like arunmotiri.java, and but when I compile it, I'll just get hello world.class or arunmotiri.class. Hello world.class I'll get. Okay. So that's what is happened here. Hello world.class. Now I can come run it also Java, and here I cannot say Arun Moturi here. This is wrong, right? I should not be giving the name of the Java file here. I should be, when I am going to run the Java program here, the converted bytecode file I need to run. For that I have to give Java space hello world dot you don't have to give the class there, just press enter. You see, you got the output. Okay, these are few things you need to understand, guys. You see, these are few things you need to understand. Okay, if the class name and file name are different, then when you compile this particular Java code which is there in this file name, it will create hello world dot class instead of arunmotiri dot class. Okay, and also make sure that public keyword is not there here. If public is there, you cannot do compiling. You got an error. You see, you got an error saying that if public is there, for example, here public is there. Okay, let's say if public is there, and if I'm trying to save it as save as, that's what we have encountered, right? I'll just create a folder with the name def folder, and I'll just go inside the folder and just give the name as okay, hello. If I give hello world.java, not a problem. But if I give let's say a different name like Java in depth, like that, if I give this name of the Java file as Java in depth.java here and save this, in this case what will happen? This name is different and this name is different, and here public is there. Okay, it will allow you to save, but ultimately when you try to compile it, right, you will not be able to compile it. That's what is the problem. Okay, if you try to compile this Java in-depth file, if you want to compile it, let's say cmd, if I try to compile this, that is if you say in this location, if you just say Java C Java in depth dot Java, if you try to compile like this, you are going to get an error saying that it should the class name should be given as a file name. Okay, since you have given different name, or you have to either you have to change it to hello world. Okay, this is one way. Hello world dot Java you have to change, and now you can run it. Okay, now you can change it to hello world dot Java and you can run it. Okay, because the file name and the class name are same, because public keyword is mentioned there, hello world dot Java. Now it will run, it will compile and you can run it also. Okay, hello world dot class file, that is hello world you got. Or what is other thing that you can do here? Other thing here is, okay, let me open that actually. The other thing that you can do here is open with Notepad. Okay, let's open with Notepad or Notepad plus, anything is fine. Here, I'll remove public, guys. Okay, I'll remove public keyword from here and save this. Save this, and after saving this, I'll just change it to my name. Okay, the class name was Hello World, but I'm changing it to Arun Moturi. This time, can it compile? Yes, it can compile because I have removed the public keyword. You see, if I right click open with edit with Notepad plus plus or something, you see public keyword is not there. In that case, if public keyword is not there before the class, okay, hello world, the file name and class name can be different, and the compilation can still be successful here. Okay, just see here like Java C, Arun Moturi dot Java. It will work this time also. It will compile. You see, no problem. Java, it will come as hello world only. Okay, hello world, the class name will come as a dot class. Okay, hello world dot class hello world itself. Okay, you'll get the output. Hope you understood all this stuff, guys. Hope you understood all this stuff. These are the things you have to take care. If public is not there, one thing is there. If public is there, then the Java file name and class name should be same. And if the public is not there, and if you are giving a different name, the class name is different and file name is different. Okay, on compiling, the dot class file with the name, class name will be created rather than the file name. Okay, that's what is the thing that you need to understand. Okay, fine. So some kind of things are there here that hope you have understood here. Don't go deep, guys. Don't go deep. I'm just explaining all this stuff at a high level only till. Okay. Don't worry if you are not able to understand something. You see, I'm just explaining the compilation process. That's the only thing. Okay, you need to understand the pain points. Why I'm explaining all this stuff in this session. Before I use a advanced editors like IDEs and all, I'm intentionally trying to explain this topic for you, showing you all these problem statements, with the file names and all those things. Okay, but IDEs are very smart, guys. This kind of problems will not come if you use IDEs. Okay, this is one of the problem you are going to face, and here one or two or three items are there, guys, that will be resolved with the help of IDE. That's the reason I have taken this session, guys. Don't think that I am repeating the stuff. Here, there is an intention behind why I have taken this particular sessions for you. Okay. This particular topic is covered with an intention in this session, because in the next session you will understand when I go for an advanced editor like IDE kind of editor, right? Then you will see how the problems are resolved in that. Okay. With the IDEs, how these problems are clearly resolved, you can easily understand. Okay, lot of problems will be resolved with the help of advanced editors, right? With simple editors, you have to do everything manually and you have to take a lot of headache and to understand all those stuff. But with IDEs, the things will become simpler, and you will be able to write the Java code, compile the Java code, and run the Java code in the easiest manner as possible. Okay, with all the advanced features of the IDE, and a lot of other features are there which I cannot explain right now. When I'm demonstrating the IDE, then only I can explain that for you. Okay, so hope that you got this, got the understanding of this session. So that's all for this session, guys. See you in the next session. Thank you. Bye bye.